Nigeria, by extension Africa, battles a growing youthful population and with little or no meaningful engagement leaves a ticking time bomb on our hands. We are a blessed continent with great wealth, both in people and material. Our focus on ways remains driving conversations that affects us all. Topics in the news, social concerns, politics, leadership, governance, empowerment, resource management, conflict management, finance, SME sustainability, technological innovation, food security, health, education, brain drain, our well-being, citizenship, and much more. Our goal is to continuously drive these conversations, keep them burning at the table to effect a positive change, both for our nation and continent. Ways, what are you saying, has a secret ingredient that completes the conversation every single episode, and that ingredient is you. Our past conversations shaped our yesterday. To shape our tomorrow, we must keep talking. So, I want to hear you. Be a part of our live conversations Mondays through Fridays. And let's all have our say.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heartlines. This is our space where we discuss everything relationship and love. And I'm your host, Franca. Tonight on the show, I have Jacinta Powell and Precious Orden. Jacinta, how are you?
Fine. How are you doing today?
Not bad, not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
How the
Hi,
week they go?
Precious.
Precious,
Hi,
how now?
Jess. I'm good. Good evening.
Good evening. Precious, the way you did day during the week, they different from the way you did on Friday. Let's say something they ginger you on Fridays.
Oh, Fridays are my days. I'm always in my element on Fridays.
Jacinta, if you know the problem this girl is causing on WhatsApp on Fridays.
Really?
Jess, you don't
What
know?
is it?
She has turned to
No.
something else. Precious,
Tell
please
me.
use your mouth and tell her yourself.
But Jess, people like to do, some crazy stuff. They like to get freaky on Fridays.
So,
And I'm here to dish out all of those to them on Friday. But
Yeah.
Frank, I know we have to continue that topic this Friday.
yeah, we're doing
In
that
your
on Friday.
elements.
Yes. Jess, do you know what she does? If you see
Really?
the hot video she posts, she's always posting on Fridays.
Really?
Jess,
Wow.
I said I thought
Wow.
they hacked her phone. The next thing I saw was, now me hold my phone. Nobody hack my phone. Now me hold am. I'm like,
So wait, is it on your WhatsApp story?
yeah,
On your
WhatsApp
Yes.
status, yes.
Yes.
Okay, I think I'll be there on Fridays.
Jess, you better go with your glasses, so because there are some places you need to expand to see.
I'm still 15. Please, I'm still 15, guys. So
Okay,
please.
okay, no problem, no problem. Okay, so today we're having a very, very good conversation because this is something I think a lot of people do not discuss. When we discuss value in relationships, I feel that a lot of people really don't understand what that word means. So today we're going to break it down. So we're saying it's being a high value partner about income, mindset, or emotional maturity. Tough one, right?
Yeah.
Precious, you want to start?
Yes. So
Okay.
I would like to say we can start with the definition of what a high value partner is. And from the definition, we can now build on it. So a high value partner is one who brings stability, positivity, growth, emotional maturity to his or her partner. It's not just bringing it to yourself, but to that partner that you are in a relationship with. So you're supposed to be confident, you're supposed to be supportive, bring positivity, emotional maturity, and all of that. Now, that being said, based on our topic, I've already mentioned 2 out of the 3 things there. Does income matter as much as emotional maturity and mindset? No. So emotional maturity and mindset supersede income when talking about a high value partner. Unfortunately, in relationships, it's not about just the money, which is where the income comes in. It's about all of the other things that make you enjoy that relationship.
Okay.
And emotional maturity for me actually trumps it.
Okay. Makes sense. Jacinta, you want to say something?
Yes. I agree with Precious that emotional maturity and strong mindset is like a primary component of a high value partner. Of course, income is important, but I will say that when it has to do with long partnership, stable partnership, that's where income comes in. All right. Yeah, to foster the relationship to keep going, in the long run, income is important. And why do I agree with her? Because emotional maturity has to do with emotional intelligence. It has to do with communication. It has to do with empathy. It has to do with taking responsibility for your actions. It has to do with regulating your emotions and not just lashing out when you want to. It's taking the other person into consideration, like she had said, and many more. Okay, and then strong mindset also has to do with self-awareness, self-development, also aligning yourself with the other person's goals, so that both of you can work towards shared goals in the future. And I also say that things that are personal or important, which is finances, which is family, which is, spending time, whatever the both of you think is important, all of this, having a strong mindset and having emotional maturity is important, very important, if you're going to consider the partner a high value partner.
Okay. I want to ask a question because, as much as I agree or okay, yes, I think money is important. But I would not rate it because you know why? Anybody can bring money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anybody can come up with money. And the truth is, even in your marriage, you can just go out today and something happens and you come with money. Do you
Mm-hmm.
understand? Yes. So as much
Yes.
as I I agree that money is important, but I also think it's something that if you have those other two factors, matured emotional maturity and mindset, you can make money as couples. Do you
Agreed.
understand? Yes, because
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
even if you don't have anything, if let's take out money from it, let's just remove money. If you guys are able to, if there's emotional maturity, positive mindset, good communication, because those things will come with good communication, friend, you understand, being able to speak to your partner, being able
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
do things together. I do not see any reason why you won't
Yeah.
make money. And guess
Mm-hmm.
what?
Because
Over time,
mm-hmm.
I have seen relationships that just have money, and at the end of the day, they say, I prefer us when we were poor.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen
Yes.
it
Yeah.
happen a couple of times that you don't have
Yes.
money and you're wishing for money, and then the minute you have money, you lose every other thing, you lose yourself, and then that marriage is
Mm-hmm.
crumbling. And you hear people say, because money came in, everybody changed. Do you understand? And that's because they
Yeah.
lack emotional maturity, their mindset. So, in fact, I've heard people say that maybe you don't know, you don't never trust a poor person. I don't know
Yes.
if that's, do you understand?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yes.
because they can be anything. You want them to be until they now, you understand, make money.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
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 But if someone, you understand, has emotional intelligence, positive mindset, I think that person, do you think money can change that person?
Okay. First of all, yeah, money can change anybody.
Okay.
You know why? Because regardless of money, because money on its own is as though a spirit. It's as though it's a moving energy, it's a moving force. And you like, I just saying, let me see if I can remember the saying that money, that nobody gets away, nobody goes scot free with the negativities of money. Nobody. Like the stronghold of money. Because even the rich people, okay, what money does is money filters them. What's that word? Let me remember. So money takes away from them, like their genuineness, their authenticity. Money takes that away. While for the poor people, money cripples them, like chains them. So I can't remember the exact word, from that book that I read it. But what it's trying to say is, I hope I can remember. But what it's trying to say is, nobody goes scot free with wealth, with money. Something is taken from them. Because don't forget, when you have money, you start thinking that you're supposed to behave a certain way. You're supposed to be seen a certain way. All of a sudden, you think, they know me now. I can't just show up. I need to. People are expecting so much from me. You start losing yourself because of high expectations, and you're trying to obviously, show people this is a part of you that's not even who you are, but this is what the society expects of you. You know what I mean? You can't just go out and be normal anymore. It takes stuff from you. It dilutes you. I'm trying to remember that word. Oh my God, God help me. Then those who are poor, it takes away their freedom. It takes away their freedom. So it kind of chains them. It puts them in shackles, and they have to beg. You know what I mean? They have to obey. They have to live in discomfort. You get, just because they need that money. And you see that it's happening in relationships, in the workplace. It's a common practice in the society. So what I would say is, it does change people one way or the other. But like you said, those who have values, and I'm talking about inherent values instilled in them, it's difficult for money to change them. Although they know that money comes with certain things, and that's again self-awareness. When we talked about strong mindset, it has to do with self-awareness, because as you are growing with money, you're also finding yourself even more. You're using the money to even educate yourself better, to become more aware in every stage of your life. Now you can even afford the retreats, the wellness centers, better maybe therapy. Now you can afford it. There are many things that can help you regulate your mind, put you in a position whereby you can, you can sit with your emotions. You can have difficult topics and you're not lashing out. You don't want to win the conversation. You have empathy. These are natural things that are inside of you that money cannot just take away. However, like I said earlier on, money will still take a place one way in your life, but it will not come. It's not be that bad enough with those who have those values, as worse as those who lack the values. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. So what happens in a relationship where the high valued partner is the person who makes more money?
Oh, it only makes the relationship sweeter.
No. So when you say sweeter,
okay, so let me answer that correctly.
yes.
If the person has a good mindset and has emotional maturity, it makes the relationship sweeter.
And if
On
the
the
person doesn't
other
have those
hand,
other two, yeah.
the person just becomes a tyrant in that relationship.
Okay.
So it's going to be, you're useless, you're not useful, just look at you. I'm the one doing this. If I was not in your life, all this, I picked you from the gutter and brought you to this level. Where were you? Your family cannot feed. They couldn't afford 3 square meals. All of those things.
Is that not what happens?
I like what Jess was saying, because money will amplify the insecurities you already had, even without the money.
Okay.
So some people, so money doesn't add, let me put it this way, if you don't have emotional maturity, your mindset is not grown, your mindset is not strong, money will take away from you instead of adding to you.
Okay.
So you see people who did not develop themselves in any way, all of a sudden they become wealthy and they are still, useless to the society. Let me use that phrase. So people still don't want to associate with them. They're like, I better leave this one, small money when you get him, feel saying better pass everybody.
Okay, so but
there
a
are
lot
people
of
who,
okay, Precious, yeah, continue.
yeah.
There
Yeah,
are people who
but
do
there are
what?
people who have become matured and over time have built certain skills,
Okay.
trained themselves in certain ways that by the time the money comes, it just amplifies. We're not saying that there is no atom of, weakness in people, but the money will not, the so that's what just trying to say, the money will not chip away too much at them. It will just chip away a little. I mean, challenges come and go, to just chip away a little, but there would still be almost the same person that they were, even when they didn't have money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's bring it back to the African or the the marriages back here in Nigeria or Africa. Do you understand? So is it safe to say that it is money driven? A lot of marriages, the partners are not emotionally matured, or their mindsets are in the wrong places.
Franca is looking for trouble.
She is. So
No,
this
but
is it. You
no,
see,
let
you
me
see
tell
people
you what
trying
it
to look
is.
for
No, let me tell you what
high
it
income
is.
partners to marry.
No, let me tell you what it is. For some reason, Jess, if you notice, I've been very tactical with my questions these days because a lot of people have been
high
saying that.
value high value men in Nigeria or high value women is people that drive Mercedes Benz and Range Rover. That's what they know. That is what they understand by high value. All
So
this
In,
one we are saying
exactly,
is all nonsense.
exactly, which is why I'm saying that a lot of people are misinformed. Don't get me wrong, I love money. Do you understand? I love money with
We
my
all
whole
do.
heart. But
It's a full
again,
chest.
with my full chest. But would I pick money over emotional maturity or right mindset? No, I would not. Do you understand? If you have everything and you're not matured, your money is as useless as you are to me. But again, I'm old school. I don't know what you understand
Franca,
what money
let
can
me
do.
rephrase that for you. Let me
Okay?
rephrase that for you.
Yeah.
Now, I would say that for every time you decide to date people, because we decide to date people for different reasons. Don't forget that. Yeah. I can want to date a man just for his money alone because I don't see a future with him. I have a right to also date someone I don't see a future with this person.
No,
So I
Jacinta, it's
might
not
want
even
to go
about.
in.
No, Jacinta, it's not even about future. See, emotional maturity. I don't need to marry you, but I
No,
need to
no,
be
no,
sane in the
don't.
relationship.
No, but that's what I'm telling you. Some people don't care if the person is not sane because there are a lot of people out there. They don't have these qualities. We just said high value. Do you think you pick it on the streets?
No, you don't get
What
my
is
point.
available out there?
No, you don't get my
Okay.
point. That what is available doesn't mean that's what is right. That's what we're trying to correct.
Of
Do
course,
you
and I
understand?
agree. Yes.
Yes, we're
Yeah.
trying to
But
correct
I'm
a
telling you
notion.
that.
So we're trying
Oh
to
yes.
correct a
But I'm telling
notion
you that.
that we're trying to correct a
Okay.
notion that as much as we love money, let's also put some importance, in fact, a lot of importance to certain things. Because you are going for money, you think that's what high value is, and then you rush out and because these people come and complain.
Yeah.
Do you understand? If you were not complaining and you are okay with what it is they're dishing out to you, and then I wouldn't have a problem. Do you understand? But you go in there because you're thinking that that's what you understand high value means. And then you rush out
Yeah.
and you're saying, oh, he didn't treat me well because he has this. So we're trying to educate you on what is right. But if you choose, you understand, to still go into that relationship because you have seen a Benz, please don't cry for anybody.
They'll still cry.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Because no matter how
Yeah.
little, let's make sure that the person has, you understand, some bit of good character.
If I can
Because when we say
add.
emotional maturity, we're not saying, oh, the person there's just these things are things that everybody should have.
No, everybody doesn't have it,
No,
Franca.
should.
No.
I
Everybody.
said this is what
Okay.
everybody should have. That means you should work
True.
towards having it.
Isn't it? Yeah, but
Yes.
yeah.
I agree that not everybody has it, but people should understand that that is what I should be working towards to be a better person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Like personal growth, like
Yes,
things that you
personal
should do
growth,
to
right
develop things.
mindset.
Yeah. like you asked the question before, and I just wanted to touch on that question when you said, do people actually see high value partners in Nigeria? You specifically brought it back to Nigeria. And
Yes.
and why I think you did that was because of the status of the country.
Yes.
Majority of us are poor people. Not only are we poor physically, but we are poor even in our
Mentally.
mindset. The way we approach things is from a scarcity mentality, and most of us will die as in scarcity. Just a few would actually not understand what abundance is, even of the mind, before they can even reach abundance, of what is available physically, the externalities that is, that they can touch. And why am I saying this? No matter what we say, the society has already put people in a chokehold, in a position to always look at anything of substance to be as though, a fancy house, a flashy car, and maybe a good degree or something that is just better than they are. And a woman most women rather, let me correct that, would rather marry a man or settle with a man that they see anything that shines as gold. Even if it's paint fake, but as long as it's shiny, even your family members will dance, and even your mother will cry that God has finally answered her prayer. This is the typical Nigerian family.
That's
But
why we're
that
here.
boy or that other person, yes, who is working so hard, who has these qualities, of course, nobody wants him around them until finally, obviously, when he grows and
Yeah,
becomes
right.
well. And
Yes.
so
So
let us know
that's why we're
what
here to
this.
say that they're actually good, because I think it's so, don't get me wrong, it's not just about men, no. Even men and women.
And but
Because
let me also correct something too. Having
yeah.
a fancy car and a flashy house doesn't mean you don't have high values. Please, let's correct that.
Yes. Yes, yes,
Please.
yes.
It doesn't mean that you don't have these good qualities, a strong mindset, and you don't have it's just that people who are lucky tend to then find it all in a man or in a woman. They find out that, oh my goodness, wow, not only do you have money, you're brilliant,
Oh
you
yes, those
have
are
a
the kind of
strong
people that we
mindset.
should be thinking of, so that, and when we make it mandatory, or when
Thank
we make
you.
it, that's what when we make our yardstick, you understand, when we say, oh, this is what our yardstick is, or this is what the threshold is, people will begin to work better. Yes, and guess what again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
not about the men, it's about the men and women, both genders. Do you
Yes,
understand? Both
both
Yeah, of
genders.
course.
genders.
Because the truth is, a high valued woman should have certain things as well. Because why would a guy want to date you? Because the truth is, see this Gege school of this Gege University. You
What's
know,
that?
there's a guy on social
What's that?
media says, one Gege guy that says men should not open business for girlfriend, men should not invest in women if they are not going to marry the women. Just saying things because that's what every woman is looking for, just to rip the men.
Okay.
Just to rip off the men. And I think that's because a lot of women, again, come in empty. Do you understand?
Expecting so much and
Expecting
then
so
you're
much.
empty. Yeah.
Yes. I'm not saying you need to have money, but you should be rich mindset. Do you understand? Come in and do something. Do you understand? So, because I even see some things online when they are interviewing those guys that do those those caricature interviews and say, how old are you? You say you're 23. What do you need in a guy? Oh, I want a guy who gives me 3 million. Meanwhile, your parents have not worked 3 million. Yes. And in their head, they're setting the standards high. This is the bar. I made my first million.
Yeah.
I made my first 5 million at 19. What were you doing? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
TikTok.
Nobody is. So that's University of Gege, Gege School of University, or whatever they call it. The guy is just against men spending money on women. So this high value thing comes both ways. You understand? Women should make sure they come in with something. You understand? Their values. It's not about money.
Yeah.
Build yourself to the point that you can also make money. Because
But
the truth is,
Franca,
riches are
if I
not
may
what we
ask,
see physically. You said something that as far as it's gold, they don't even care whether it's shine, because all that glitters is not gold.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I've seen people get into relationships that the money they finish in 6 months. I have seen somebody marry a houseboy because he saw the guy with the Oga's car, and the guy was lying that it's his car until Oga come back. Do you understand? So it's just crazy. Jess, you were going to say something.
Yes, I was going to say something about, I think I was going to try to pose a question towards, what's her name? Precious. Okay, now, you talked about women having something to bring to the table, of course, having some certain mindset, of course, having emotional intelligence. But, there's some relationships that even when a woman who has a lot to offer, most men don't even want her to do anything or even add any sort of value. They tend to just want to put those things off. And she's struggling to say, I can add value, I can add value. Like her voice is being, taken from her, like her strength is being ripped away. What do we say to such women? Because they are there. And the woman sees herself, in a place where she just feels as though there's nothing to contribute here. I'm not giving the opportunity.
Yeah,
Honestly,
so
if you ask me,
unfortunately,
okay.
it might seem like an uphill task, when women find themselves in this type of situations. But most times when I have discussions, not even with my clients, but when I have discussions with people, about full-time stay-at-home wives who are doing nothing, not even because they have kids, but just because Oga wants them to sit and look pretty. I try to find out exactly if that is what they want, because I have come to realize that most times some of these women just say what the society is telling them to say, which is, I should go out and work. Some of them actually want to stay at home and look. Once I find out that that is not what the woman wants, then I ask, when you were getting into this relationship or this marriage, what were the kind of discussions you had? If the man decides to change his mind after the marriage, after he got married to you, he now found a way somehow to, probably you were already working, he found a way to make you resign, or you were doing a business, he found a way to make you stop the business. You can take that discussion, you can bring it back to the table. But then there are ways to go about it, because if the man is hell-bent on saying, look, you're not going to do anything, I don't want my wife out there, you also need, as a wife, so I tell when we're discussing, I said, look, you try to find out the main reason why this man is saying this thing. Is he saying this thing because he feels if you go out there, you are not emotionally mature to say no to other men who might be ogling you and coming after you? Or is he saying it because he feels you're going to begin to undermine his authority when you start earning for yourself, and you can take care of certain needs? Or is he saying, so there are so many reasons why men can go about saying, look, I don't want my woman to work.
No, it's
You
not
need to
even
find
that
out which
precious.
one
It's not
your
even
man is saying.
precious. You're even going, I think you're even going too far to even the working aspect. More like they don't even want you to contribute, give them any sort of advice.
Oh,
Okay,
even
so
emotion. So
in
I
all
cannot be
honesty,
emotionally mature and you say I should not contribute.
see, in all
Yes, like
honesty,
he shot. Yeah.
in all honesty, with what we know now, if you agree, I won't support that, because you'll be miserable at the end of the day. Because if you have so much and you're not able to contribute,
Yeah.
you'll start feeling very redundant and it will make you frustrated.
Yes.
Do you understand? So
Depression will
if you
even set in.
know that you
Yeah.
have so much inside you, you understand, and this person doesn't want it, trust me, you can't grow. That's what it means. Because even the little things you do at home, contributing makes you feel very good with yourself sometimes. Or most times, it makes you
Yeah.
feel good. It makes you, even if you're not doing, even if you're not earning, the fact that you're in charge in your home, it gives you a certain kind of feeling. Do you understand? That, okay, I'm not
Yeah.
taking it out there,
Yeah.
but in my home, at least I have a say in my home. So if
I'm
a
in
guy
charge.
doesn't want you
Yes.
to even contribute, my darling, see, I don't know how people do it, but it's not going to work in this era.
No, but the thing is, that's what you think. It's still going on in this
It's
era.
still going on,
You don't
Do you think
understand.
that
It
unfortunately.
the
won't
way
work.
all the
So
social media...
listen to why I say it won't work. It goes on, but have you spoken to those ladies? Are they okay with it?
They are not.
But they're
Exactly.
there.
It's not going to work. So that's why it's not working, because one person is unhappy.
And there's so many relationships that are not even working. Many.
And that's because of
Majority
these
of
So
same
them.
many.
things, because you go into something thinking that it would work.
Yeah.
Yes.
All
Because
this,
from the
I can
onset,
talk him out of it. I
yes,
can
I will
change
talk him
his mind.
from the onset. Somebody, so just imagine now. See, Jacinta, there are so many reasons why these things don't work. I meet a guy, this guy is not emotional intelligent. He's not emotional mature. You know, his maturity is at, on a scale of 1 to 10, is -0 or -2. Do you understand? And he has a flashy car. And guess what? Emotional intelligence, emotional maturity doesn't come with age. It doesn't. It's not by how old you are.
Yeah.
Yes. It's about where your mindset is and how you treat people. What you're thinking, how you see things. You understand? You might be 100 years and you're not thinking properly. And guess what? People marry for, I see a car and I get married to someone who has a big house.
Oh, yeah.
Who has everything.
Oh, yeah.
Do you understand? And then he doesn't
Yeah.
think the woman is important.
Oh, yeah. Many of
And
them.
guess what? If that is his mindset, see, even if I clean the whole house, I turn myself into a nanny, when he comes back, I will still provide myself for sex. I will dance with all his siblings, clean for them, do everything. I will never have any value in front of that guy.
Never.
Never. Because that's his mindset.
Unfortunately.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So if you as a woman, you feel it's something you can endure, who is Franca to tell you not to get in there? Do you understand?
Yeah.
I won't tell you not to get in, but when you come back and you start crying, I'm going to tell you, now clear eye, prenup. Now you sign prenup agreements. That's not your own. That's a Nigerian prenup for you. Now you sign up. No, but seriously.
And it pains me because I see brilliant minds wasting.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I said.
But I don't know. But sometimes I think it's the patriarchy. I think that same idea to suppress women. Some men find it
but you get, see, Jacinta, I think there's a problem somewhere. You know, like I say, there was a message from Awoshika that said that there was a lady who went to an Ivy League school abroad, and she came back to marry a guy who was working in an oil company. Do you understand? And the guy said this lady cannot work. The parents sent her to better school abroad. And for her to have gone to that kind of school, that means she's intelligent. Right?
Yes, of course.
Good.
Yes.
She came back and the guy said she couldn't work. The lady was doing bed sheets and selling from the house.
Wow.
And guess what? The guy now had leukemia.
Oh, wow.
And the kids, the guy was working in the oil company. He put his family, his siblings as next of kin or something. What will happen to... Do you understand why... I don't understand how women think, even if he says don't work.
No, but the thing is, it still baffles me, because I think that every woman, we are hopeless romantic one way or the other. Of course, we want all the butterflies in our tummy. We want a great guy, of course. We want someone who is emotionally intelligent, who has empathy, you know, who listens, who considers my feelings. You know, these are the things that make us as women. You know, we cannot shy away from it.
I
It's
agree.
just that at some point we either lose hope, we completely lose hope and just throw that whole thing into the bin. But doesn't mean that that's not who we are. That's not part of who we are. So you see, leaving such an opportunity, having such an opportunity of going to such a school and knowing the kind of jobs you would have, you'd have gotten and the kind of rank you would have been at that point in your life, I cannot imagine how badly that woman must feel. I cannot imagine how much of a failure, or how she now then look at herself. Because what is it about marriage that people give
Jacinta,
their all,
if I tell
their
you
everything?
stories,
What is
if
it
I
about?
share
No, please,
stories with
Franca, you are married. Please, I've never been married. I don't think I want to, or maybe I will. I don't know. But please, what is inside that place that people throw all their senses away, throw their ambitions away?
if I
What
share
is it?
stories with you of women who are very intelligent, who dumped everything to get married to some men. I don't want to make it about men.
I think that I'm still looking at this history about patriarchy, because marriage is a symbol of that. Because most of the time, it's just now that things are changing a bit. Men, when they marry you, they take you as a possession, and they just want to suppress you completely into just chores, and they know that's the least that you can give to the society.
No,
They
but I
know
still
they're
give it. There
taking
are
away
lots of
from you.
there are good men out there.
No, but I just said it. Like, of course, there's some that
There
are
are a few good
different. I'm
men
just
out
talking
there
about
who
majority.
understand
Of course.
and they have better marriages.
But my dear Franca,
Yes.
if this, like, we all know that this percentage is little. That's why women
Yeah,
are
very
crying out
little,
there.
very little.
We know that it's
Yes.
Yeah.
little. If it was something that was no, but no woman would be
But
crying.
Jacinta,
That's
but
why
guess
women are
what?
fighting
But
for
Jacinta,
this.
see, just
What is
the
this
way you
thing
said
that
no,
men
but
are
Jacinta, the
fighting?
way you said about the last time we were discussing prenups, and you said you don't nobody forced you to sign it. If these women are going into this thing willingly, what can we say? That's why we're saying
That's what I'm asking you. What is
let's
inside that
educate them.
place that I don't know?
I would tell you that they don't know any better. They feel that that's how it will be.
Do they feel
Yes.
that? Wait. Do they think that that's their vision in life? That's their ultimate possession, their ultimate goal? Is that
No,
what it is?
Jacinta,
Because
I
there
don't
must be
think that's
something to
what it
give.
is. Oh, I don't think that's what. But
Because
we're
there
due
must be
for a
something
break.
to give.
We're due for a
Okay.
break. Let's quickly go on a break. When we come back, we'll continue with this.
Stay tuned. Heartlines will be right back.
This season on Heartlines, we're committed to making a difference in people's lives. So Heartlines, in partnership with Reda Consult, is offering 12 free slots of counseling every quarter for people in need of professional counseling. Additionally, we're taking on 2 pro bono cases for individuals navigating a challenging divorce. To participate, please send an email to counsel@vedaconsult.com with your story. Our team will carefully review all submissions and will contact all the shortlisted candidates. Heartlines is live Mondays to Fridays at 10 p.m. So engage with us.
Thanks for staying with us on Heartlines.
So please note that you can send us a message via our WhatsApp number 08190384663 or call in to join in the conversation on 07025007749 or 07014242420. And please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Official Upgrade TV. Okay, so before we went on the break, we were discussing why women get into these marriages, and they are willing to just, I'm thinking of the word. They're just willing to let go of themselves. They're willing to forget who they are because they're getting married. Jacinta, so I was saying that 2 things. It's either they don't understand what it is, and again, emotions, like you said, it's either you don't get, because I got into marriage having nothing in mind. Do you understand? I would say I not get sense. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? When I mean I not get sense, I wasn't thinking of all these things. I wasn't thinking of what will happen after giving birth. I wasn't thinking of what will happen if my husband, I wasn't thinking about those things. It is when these things come, you deal with it. You understand? So for me, it's when we get to that, when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. We think of how to cross it. That's what it was for me, So I don't want to, I want to believe that that's how every other person gets into it. So when you now have, excuse my language, a shitty husband, do you understand, or a partner, it becomes crazy. Do you understand? Because again, both ways, it could be the guy, it could be the male, it could be the man, it could be the woman. So when we say, oh, why do they get into marriage? What is in this mind that they lose themselves? Trust me, Jacinta, some men actually lose themselves in relationships. I bet you. In fact, do you know there are relationships where, let's even take it to cheating. It is the women that cheat and their husbands find out and they can't do anything. Do you understand? But
Yeah.
we do not have the analysis, we do not have the numbers. But trust me. In fact, I saw somewhere where someone said, it is the women who cry out that their husbands are cheating. But when it comes to DNA, now the women are defense. And it's true.
I hear. I think America wants to make it a criminal offense
Yes.
for wrong paternity, false paternity.
In
I
fact,
think I
that
heard
person
that.
said they should make it mandatory here that after giving birth, you should check the paternity of the test of the child.
Well, I think a lot of men are doing it secretly now because they're more aware that women obviously, play
Do you understand?
outside.
In fact, there are some
Yeah.
cases that I have heard, and I'm like, you say what? You will not believe, you understand? So I understand that these men can be really, you understand, but is it not worse of giving somebody a child that's not his?
See, it's already worse off marrying somebody because of Mercedes Benz. What do you expect? You're throwing your life away because of a car that will
But
go
that's
out
why,
of fashion in the
Jacinta,
next 4
but guess
years.
what? That's why they do those things. I know
Uh-huh.
somebody.
Because so they will give
Jacinta,
you another person's child.
yes, because there's someone, her kids are in their 40s. That's to tell you how old these people are. The first
Wow.
3 children do not belong to the man. It was
What?
for
First
her
3, not even first 1.
not the first one. First 3 belong to her lover, her sweetheart that she was supposed to get married to. Is the last one that is for the man.
Oh, so she married this guy because of his money and what he can provide financially, right?
Do you understand? People get
No,
into
but that's
marriages.
what I'm saying. So why is she sleeping with her lover? Why didn't she marry him? Or she didn't say anything,
The sentence you I said
you
day
can't
for here.
say.
And guess what? The man did not suspect. The man did not suspect anything. Now the children I go do DNA.
Wow.
Wow.
Now the children go do DNA.
I wonder what made them take that
But that's
decision.
so oh my God, because obviously they might have seen something that is off, something is not
I
right,
said,
maybe.
in fact, a friend of mine was telling me a story of someone who the man had 3 children. The spacing for the children was like 7 years, you understand, 6 years. One is maybe the first one is 13, the next one is 7. So that's about 6 years gap. You understand? Then the gap between the second and the third, maybe 5 years, because that one is 7 and maybe the other one is 2 or 3 or thereabout. The man don't go do backstage only for him to now
I don't
go and
understand.
do. Yes, so the man, he thinks he has 3
When
children
did he do
already.
it?
Didn't tell you why.
When? Okay. So, because he had 3 kids, so he went to do a vasectomy.
Yeah, he
Or
went
only
to
for
do
the
a
woman to
vasectomy.
come pregnant again.
Thank you, because he was not in London. He didn't want to now get anybody pregnant in London. Oh yeah, now time for DNA to bring the children over. None of the children was for the man.
Oh my God! And he had done a velvet. Oh damn! That guy must have wronged another babe. Forget it.
So was
See.
it karma catching up with him?
So
I swear.
when you see men, so when you can imagine another man hearing this story, if he go out, if
This
he go
life
use
no
the anger beat
balance.
the wife.
This life no balance at
No
all.
See, let me tell you something about foundation. When the foundation is already sandy, if it's not rocky, if it's not well built, expect anything.
Jacinta, you don't
And
understand.
again, let me say
If the
something.
man, if the man went
No,
in there with his whole heart?
no, but okay, yes. What I'm going to say to you is that some men go in there with their whole hearts.
Yes.
Well, yeah, why the women don't? So it's just unfortunate.
It's just
Because
unfortunate because you
you know
can't
what I was
blame
saying?
anybody.
Yeah.
Most men, when they meet a woman and they want to date her, they go and bring out their last cash, bring out their savings, just to deceive her for the next 3 months. And after the 3 months, we ask for that dinner again. They'll tell you, beg, what dinner? Go and eat something else because they're done deceiving you. So you see, and I'm saying most men because this is
But you
what
don't
they do.
have to marry after that 3 months now. It's not by force. You guys are dating.
Regardless. No, but guess what? Most of the time, yeah, that was how they started before they married. Of course, they would have
But
done that
money
before
don't finish now, so the woman go adapt.
No, but you'll be expecting that since we're doing these dates, this date can continue. Maybe it's
It
just
can continue. Now
not
you
for
say
now.
bring money, come outside now.
And woman spend money.
Exactly.
What planet are you from?
No, but guess what?
Oh my goodness.
But you see, that's what we're trying to correct. That's what we should be trying to correct
But
here.
what I'm trying to say is, the man already, to him, you're seeing a racket. When a man meets a woman, the first thing, what they think is like, oh shit, I'm just like, you go to the sea and then you pick a fish. Oh my
No,
God,
but
I need
Jacinta,
to catch this
sometimes,
fish.
so
So you're
Jacinta,
thinking,
No, Jacinta, sometimes the guy might just be excited for him to go and bring his last cash. He might not want to deceive you because the truth is he's gambling. What if after he
No, but what
spends
I'm
all
trying
that
to
money
say
and you
to you
don't
is
settle with him?
what I'm trying to say to you is when a man see a woman in the beginning, like normally in that first instance, most of the things that happen there are all lies. They are all fantasy. But you're laughing. But that first few 1, 2,
The
3 months,
women, all the
they're
women
all
have
lies.
sense. Don't by now women never get sense to know say na fantasy.
No, but come now, they call it spinning. They will spin you.
Which is okay. Which is okay.
No, but guess
Spin me.
what? It's
Spin
not
me, let me
okay. It's
fall.
no, but no.
And it's okay to
But
make
the
me
thing is
feel
that,
very
but the thing is
special.
that you
Exactly.
don't have the capacity. You don't have the
That see,
capacity.
Jacinta, you'll be
Capacity
shocked
will
that
come later.
that
Capacity will come
spinning,
later.
eh? Now the only enjoyment that woman go enjoy for her whole life with that if he marry that man.
Yes,
So
yes, yes, yes.
please allow me enjoy it. But seriously, let's
So,
be
but
honest.
that's the thing. But that's the thing. But that's the problem. Those are the
I don't
issues.
see it as a problem. Let me tell you why I don't see it as a
Because you know
problem.
what? She's not going to enjoy it again for the rest of her
No,
life.
but guess
Why do
what?
you want to put her
No, but
into
Jacinta,
a
see,
place of
the man sees me. A man sees me and wants to spin me. You understand? And then me, I have sense. I know that he's doing all these
that's what I'm
things to
saying.
get me, but at least he's going out of his way to do that. No problem.
Oh,
In the middle
we're
of
talking,
all
we're
that,
talking
I feel
about
talk, say,
we're
okay,
talking
are you
about
sure you have more money? Won't you save your money? Because
what you
somebody
do.
like me, what I never see. Do you understand?
Wait,
So,
the thing is, long run, the thing is, that is okay when you know that you're just having fun or playing around. I believe, that's why I believe that most of the time, yeah, you should be friends with someone even before you date them. That will
Yeah.
cut off all that trying to spin the person. Because when you are friends with this person, the first 1 or 2 years, you are neutral, you're
Jacinta and I
natural, you're
lie.
there, you're
That time, before you
genuine.
become
No, I'm just
friends,
saying.
you go still try impress you to be a friend.
No, but there's the instances where you meet on a very neutral basis and he's not even toasting you, he's not even saying anything, people are just friends.
That
It
one different.
happens. I will advise that like that is better than because listen, you bringing out all your whatever to spin me, and that's the only thing I'm going to get for the rest of my marriage with you. You've deceived me.
Jacinta, you
You've
dey look at
deceived,
me say,
you've
please
lied to
spin me.
me.
Please spin me. Spin me.
Spinning is allowed. Spinning is allowed.
Spinning is
No, but the
allowed,
thing is,
please.
no, spinning is
No,
allowed, but
Jacinta,
just know that
spinning is
it's a
allowed.
no. What I'm saying to you is, spinning is allowed, but don't tell me for forever or for a
He
long
might get
term.
money
No, you know
later.
that it's
Maybe
short term.
maybe I carry, what's the thing where I carry glory
No,
for head.
I just
If
think
the
that
money finish,
it's.
my glory where I carry go make and get money.
Look at you. Talking like a proper Nigerian. You
Well,
can sleep on
that's
the
true
bed every
now.
day.
Yes,
See
now.
We
if the
say.
glory will fall from heaven.
My glory
Oh
will,
my
there's some people that come with glory and before you know the man go get money. Please, I beg, spin me.
Forget
Yes,
no.
so
Oh, so he should sleep on the bed every day, do nothing. Glory will fall from heaven.
No,
Huh?
no,
He
no,
should
no.
not do anything.
But Jessica, that's why we're saying emotional intelligence, mindset, and these things come in.
our
Because the truth
mindset,
is, yes, because the truth
yes.
is, yes,
Even
that's
it's
what,
harmonious, yeah. It brings
yes,
that.
because
It
all these
brings
things will
wealth.
come
Yeah.
together. See, even if the
Mm-hmm.
guy is someone who sits down and is not doing anything, if you guys understand each other, you can talk that person into starting something. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if
Mm-hmm.
now say the guy they do
High
illegal
value.
things,
Yeah.
if the guy get as they make money and it's not sustainable, you can talk the guy to say, okay, you know what, this thing they do is not sustainable. Let's try something else. Do you understand? So that you
Can
can get
provide the
something.
needed guidance.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Season her with love and small bedroom activities in
Thank
praying the
you.
correct.
In fact, I'm going to direct their committee on Friday. You know? So, but no, but seriously, I also see, I'm of the opinion that a lot of people go into this relationship, partnership, marriages because they are not informed.
Yeah.
If people do things properly, again, we won't have these issues. If men understand that
Yes.
I don't have to spin you, because the same men that are complaining about
Mm-hmm.
girls now, that girls are everything they want is money. They are the ones
Money,
who
money,
started
money, money.
spoiling these girls with money.
Thank you.
Yes, and they are still doing it. They are complaining,
They
but
are
they are
the
still
ones.
doing it.
But guess what? Men who don't have self-confidence are not able to. In fact, I'm in a group where a guy was complaining. He said things are really bad. Things are really bad. That in my time we just need to spin girls, but now I just say hello. She said I need to pay my rent.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Because it's getting difficult by the day,
Yes.
the economy
So he
is,
said he wasn't
so
going to spin until maybe 2030, maybe things would have
what's
normalized
2030?
by then or something. In my head, I
2030.
said it's going to even get worse, But guess what?
Yeah.
So you should just understand how somebody is saying hello, you are telling them I need to pay my rent. If you do not have
That's
money
even
to
a
pay
wrong
rent, if you do
mentality.
not
That
have
person
money to
does not
pay
have
rent, why are you not staying with your parents?
But let's be honest
exactly.
with you, Franca. No, I disagree. You know why I said that? Have you seen when men ask for sex so bluntly as well? If men go around asking women for sex so
Jacinta,
bluntly,
see
women
what I
should ask
said
them
though.
for
If
rent
the
and
man is
money so
asking you
bluntly.
for sex bluntly and you give him
Yeah,
the bill, I will not condemn that. But somebody says
yeah.
hello.
Yes.
Somebody says hello.
Trust,
And
trust
you're
me.
saying, and
That
your
does
head
not.
that the
No, no,
person wants
no.
to toast you. Some people just want to be your friends. Yes. Let's say it
Wait,
what.
let me ask
See,
you a
do you
question.
understand?
You're
If a guy
dressed very
comes,
vulgarly.
Jacinta, but
You
see,
wait,
if a guy
Franca,
comes to
listen.
me,
Wait. No, Franca, you're dressed very
wait,
vulgarly. Your
no,
boobs are
Jacinta,
out
but you
there.
know me.
Your
Jacinta, but
tummy is
you
out
know
there.
me.
Your ass, your bum is, hanging.
Jacinta,
And the
but
man
you
says,
know
"Hi, I
me
want
where
to
I
be your
stand.
friend. Come
If
on."
a guy comes to me, Jacinta, sometimes
How
guys
many
can be
guys want to come
stupid.
and wants to be your
No,
friend?
Jacinta, but
Hmm?
sometimes, sometimes it is the person who doesn't know. Like a guy comes and say my bum and everything. It doesn't mean I'm going to date the person. For me, that kind of person, I
But
wouldn't
of
even
course,
ask
it's
him
still
for
a
rent.
choice.
That kind of person, I wouldn't even ask him for rent because I know that I don't want anything to do with that person. Do you understand?
But it could also be a way. It could also be some sort of, she's saying it so that the guy can walk away
But
to
guess
move.
what?
Maybe
Guess
that's the
what now?
best.
It's not for the guy to walk away because those guys are ready to give you the money, and so that's what they want. Payment for a service. You
So
want to
why is
pay
he
your rent, no
complaining?
problem. You want to pay your rent, no problem. How much is your rent?
I
Come and
feel
see me
women
and
should be
collect the rent.
allowed. I feel women should be allowed. Women should be allowed to put any sort of price if they want to. Listen, I am of the opinion is if you want to be a hoe, go ahead, enjoy your hoising to whatever age or to whatever time you want to be done and done with it. If you want to be a Mother Mary from church, all covered up, go ahead, be all of that. As long as that makes you happy and you're fine with it. If you want to be a classic or a corporate, you know, pass around, why not? Do you? I've always been of the opinion to choose well, but the thing is, there are consequences to every choice that you make. I always say that.
Okay.
There are consequences, and be aware of these consequences.
That's the problem,
You understand?
Jacinta. The men are not the men. A lot of the men are not complaining. The ones that have money are not complaining. The broke ones are
Yeah, but
complaining.
the ones that don't have money are complaining.
Yes.
Yes, and they're only complaining
So
because they don't have
that's
money.
why I'm saying that when you say if you want to be a whore, that's fine. Once the men are also saying, you know what, I don't want to have anything to you. I just want to pay you for sex. Let us not complain. Yes.
Yes, of course, don't complain. It's a choice. Men are also allowed to choose, but the thing that men are so deceptive, they rather string you along because they don't have money and tell you they love you so they can get it for cheap. Get it cheap. Yes, the deceptive people, they will lie to you. Even the ones that are married will remove their ring and lie to you how they love you from the moon
Jacinta
and
is a lie.
back,
They're not they
even when
remove
they're
ring
mother.
again. Jacinta, they're
No,
not
I'm
they.
telling you, they still do.
Any
Oh my
married man where
goodness,
they
they
remove
still
ring, you
do.
never get the updates.
No, no. That's what I'm saying. The guy doesn't have anything in his pocket. That's why he has to go that
Okay,
far
you
to
never get
check.
updates because the
That's what
real men don't take off their rings anymore. They
but
own
because you know
them. They
what? They
wear
have
them with their full
money.
chest.
That's not because they have money. So the thing is, you see people trying to deceive you, trying their best to do anything to get you in because they cannot do what the needful. What I'm just saying is, everybody to your tent, O
Be your
Israel.
tent,
Do you
O
understand?
Israel.
Whatever, yes, whatever that rocks your boat, do not be
Please,
ashamed of it. Go ahead and do it. Do it
Exactly.
when you're done. You're
with your full
done. You're
chest.
done.
Okay.
Do it with your full chest. Don't let the
Okay. Oh.
society
So
barge you
what are we
anywhere.
saying? So are we saying that
High value men
high
are not men
value?
that drive Mercedes Benz, and
Okay.
even if some of them do drive Mercedes Benz, but the majority of what we're trying to say in the context that it is not men that have big houses.
Okay.
Okay,
So
these are
what so
inherent
in
natures.
also so if we're going to prioritize these things, we should be number one.
I'll say
Emotional
emotional
maturity.
maturity, yes. Strong mindset, then income.
Yeah, so money should be the last on your on what you
The
need to check
third.
for. That's good. That's
Yes.
good. Precious, you want to
Yes.
say something before we go?
Yes, so we've agreed that emotional maturity and mindset.
Mindset.
I would
Strong
also
mindset.
say, even before you talk about money, before you talk about income, strong communication skills. Because if you also cannot communicate exactly what it is you want out of that relationship, money will not solve that problem for you. You can't be communicating by throwing money at the person. And you also have to, we've talked about making your partner live in independence, even if they're in a relationship with you. So you should be able to allow your partner independence and personal growth before income. So income is important, no doubt, because we have to chop. There has to be a roof over our head.
But it shouldn't
We
be.
have to be able to pay our bills. But there are so many other things that when income is added to it, makes it sweeter for us to enjoy this relationship.
I will use the word, there are more important things than income. Okay, Jess, you want to say something?
Yeah.
Yes, I think I've said it all. I think she just summarized it. So I would just say that, like she had said, of course, great communication, very important. And it's unfortunate that people do use money as a way to communicate, and I think that's all that is needed in a relationship. So we're saying money is not all that is needed in a relationship. There are other things that money cannot
That are
buy,
very
and it's
important.
extremely necessary and important for any relationship to thrive.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you on Thursday. Have a nice day.